Previously on Unfiltered Heart Talks.
If you survive 7 years, you're gonna last. So I said, maybe if I push it to year 7, things will be better. And I found that not to be so. There are situations where you have to get out.
After the first child, didn't you think to yourself to leave?
Yeah. I wanted my family to stay together.
Only if society was like that today, where
God.
two parents could be apart and still effectively
co-parent. It was sticky.
Right.
Had I been in that situation, it would have put me in a better situation to actually leave sooner.
Right.
But I didn't have any money at all.
That's
I don't have
where
any
family
money.
comes in.
Family
Right.
support.
But one of the things that I believe personally, if we have a relationship dynamic where I'm going to be the main breadwinner, meaning that you are at home sitting down. Let me not say sitting down. 'Cause I know how you
Please
feel.
don't do that.
I know how you feel about.
You don't want to sit at home. It's a whole
Right.
job.
But sitting down means you're at home taking care of the children and the household and the household responsibilities.
You're operating the home economy. Make
You're-
it sound big enough because
okay,
it's bigger than life.
Okay.
You know, it's bigger than life.
So if we were supposed to have that relationship dynamic where you were to be the one,
Running the home economy.
right? I believe that as a man, I should be giving you an allowance. And this is something that I believe. And I don't know how crazy this sounds. But if a woman is going to be with a man who expects her to stay home and take care of the home operations, and he's not going to provide her with an allowance, whether it be monthly or bi-weekly as he gets paid, then for me, that's a recipe for disaster. Because I think about my sister. If my sister was supposed to get in a relationship with a man who, let's say, as the world puts it, high value, we both know that value has to do with character and not so much money.
Yes.
But if my sister was supposed to get in a relationship like that, I would tell her, hey, make sure that if it is his decision or both of you make the decision for you to stay home and take care of the household operations, make sure that he brings you an allowance monthly. And personally, I wouldn't want to have a relationship dynamic with you where I am out there working 100% and you are at home not getting involved in the working world. There are so many jobs online that people can get involved in. I would expect for you, and this is just preference for me, and of course it's not something that we have an issue with if it should go to that. I know for a fact that you are the type of woman who likes to hold your own.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, if I'm going to be out there working, I'm going to give you your allowance. And on top of that, I would also want you to get involved in something. Just find something and do.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be
outside of the home economy.
Right. It
Yes.
doesn't have to be something that is bringing in $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. But even if it's $1,000,
Yes.
it
when
goes a far
way.
way.
And when we look at Proverbs, the Proverbs 31 woman, I'm sure she's probably getting an allowance. I don't know. Fact check me in the comments below. But she is doing much more than baking bread every morning, sewing clothes. She's buying a field, and it could be her husband's money that she's reinvesting elsewhere. But she's moving finances around. She's
Right.
making money moves. So, that's very important. And I'm glad that I'm with somebody who values that.
Yeah, for
and as I
sure.
said, in that previous relationship, that dynamic was there, even though I wanted to help in putting everything together. I think he had the idea that if I were in the position, then I would have decision-making authority. And I was supposed to submit under his authority. So if I'm able to see eye to eye and help make decisions, then
Right.
the power dynamic would be off. It would be off a little bit. But in the situation with him, I think he was trying to recreate a environment like he grew up in, where his mom stayed at home with the children for some time. She had 8 children, and dad was out of the home most of the time, so much so that he only saw him on the weekends. So practically the government and mom and the stimulus that she gets from the government was what raised the children. And it looks pretty, on the outside, but there's so many holes and worms in between all of that.
Yeah, when you understand that.
When you understand that system, yeah. And I wasn't for that. And I didn't want to perpetuate that.
I believe that strong men like women who are strong and independent. When as a man you are sure of yourself, your values and what you stand for and your principles, then having a woman who is strong, who knows you, who understands you, who respects you, is never an issue.
No,
for
it doesn't intimidate you. No.
It doesn't intimidate you at all. You are naturally a strong woman, but you are also very, very feminine. And you know me, I am a very strong man.
Yeah.
And you understand that. You respect me. I just don't understand the mindset within a man who finds a woman and you don't seek to elevate her. You don't seek to push her. You don't seek to motivate her. Like for me as a man, I don't care how you come into my life. When you leave, I want people to see you in a better light.
Yes.
And you talk about, when you left the marriage and how broken you were.
I feel like I went in a 10 and I came out a -2.
And even when we started
That's
talking
crazy.
about, you were so slim, you lost all your weight,
Yes.
everything. But it never for once affected my mind to say that, hey, I'm going to be with her and she's not looking her best. Because while I am attracted to your physical features, you know how much I deeply love and care for you. So for me, I look at you as an artwork.
Yeah. Right.
And it might sound crazy
to build
some
up
people,
and not tear
to
down.
build you up. Now we're going to the gym. You're looking amazing.
Thank you.
We're both looking great. So I always believe that as a man, you should always invest in your woman. You should always seek to motivate her, to push her, to become her best. And I'm not saying that that's something you should be doing for anybody.
Yes.
But if you find someone who you can definitely see that this person ticks all the boxes, this person is, according to the scriptures, it's a suitable partner.
Operative
for me.
word.
We're going to talk about
Suitable.
that. Suitable partner. And that's someone that you want to invest in.
Yes.
And where's your wife? Come on.
Oh God.
Where's your wife? You want to invest in her. Yeah, but I just believe that when a woman see that she has a man who supports her and who pushes her, motivates her, then what harm can it do to me as an individual? She can only love me more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard Dr. Jordan Peterson speak about how a man will punch above his weight, get a woman that is way above his standard, and will pull her down just so that he feels better about himself. Like, I was in that situation. When I heard Dr. Jordan Peterson speak about that, I was shocked because it's almost like he was looking into my past marriage.
Wow.
So what about those men? Like, what causes that? Where did this come from?
Inferior complex. Jordan Peterson has said before that a man who is secure within himself usually has probably one friend or no friend at all. And I'm just paraphrasing. He did make a presentation on this. But the message I got from that, and it is so reflective of my life. I am so secure in who I am that I don't need a group around me to validate who I am as a person. You know, I validate myself, and my relationship with God also validates me. So that puts me in a place where I also recognize my weight. And sometimes, you know, as we always say in the gym, lift what you can. You know, lift what you can. It's not everything that you can lift, you should lift.
Yeah.
Because for those who know me, know that when it comes to squatting and lifting heavy weights, I can do it, but I don't because I understand how detrimental it can be on my health. Within the long term.
Yeah,
You know,
buddy.
as we talk about Ronnie Coleman is a perfect testimony, a perfect reflection of that. You know, but you do find men like that. They just, and I think it's an ego thing as well, where you just want to prove to the audience or the group around you that, hey, look, I can get this chick, or I can get this girl. But then for me, if I can't, if your values and views doesn't align with mine, if you want to live in the city and I know that I'm a country boy, you know, I'm not going to even approach you. Or even if we started the conversation, I'm going to tell you that, look, based on your values and what you want, we don't align, you know, and that's where we talk about unequally yoked. If you notice that the woman likes her expensive hairstyle, she likes to live in expensive apartments, she likes her nails done weekly, and she likes her man to take care of
High
that.
maintenance girls.
Yeah, if you know that she's high maintenance, then just leave her alone. Don't even
No,
try
get
to
involved
get
with her
involved
and
with her
jar
and then
down.
try to pull her
You
down.
know, yeah, it's
So,
not good.
and it's not even to say that you lack confidence in yourself. Because I believe that it's confident in yourself that makes you understand your values and your weight, what you can manage and what you cannot manage. And it's not a lack of confidence that makes me look at a particular girl and say, I don't want to be with her. It's confidence and value in who I am, understanding who I am as a person.
And whether
what
that's going to align with your values.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's what it is.
So you had a question that you wanted to ask me.
The question is,
If you like our content, we are also available on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Show us some love over there. Unfiltered Heart Talks.
see you guys. Stay tuned for the next one.